So I'm with Nathan here, who hit 30,000 per month in commissions, and went ahead, flew him out to Arizona, and now we're in the Grand Canyon. So what we're going to be chatting about today is what allowed him to make that amount of money and the age that he's at. So just first and foremost, what do you actually sell?
I sell real estate investing. It's partly a biz op and partly an improvement offer. It's a bit tricky in that sense. That's mainly it.
And one of the biggest things when you are looking for offers is you want to find an offer where naturally people actually have money to pay for whatever it is, right?
Yes.
In real estate, when people think about real estate, they think about like, hey, I have to invest into something, right? So he's in the real estate niche.
Apart from wholesaling.
Yeah, apart from wholesaling. Do not sell wholesaling because people like, hey, get into real estate without spending money, right? It's just going to attract brokies. You don't want to be selling brokies. Not a lot of fun. You're not going to make as much money. But it's in the real estate niche. People know they need to make money. And then we're not going to say exactly what it is, but it's a unique spin on it, right? So on some level, because the offer is unique, it sells itself and it's in a good niche, being a salesperson there, like you don't have to be a super great salesperson to make like 10,000 per month. Now, to get to the point where we're at 30 and we've been mapping out over the past few days, like how to get to 50. And he's come to the realization, like how realistic do you feel like it is for you to
possible.
hit 50K
Like
per
even
month?
today, like when we're talking about the referrals, I got 3 referrals the same day. Like someone in my, one of my closes texted me, said I just referred 3 people.
Yeah.
Referrals, like I've never asked for a referral on this offer. So you can use that right there. Like that's what, 30K right there.
Yeah, so 30K cash collection, 3K in commissions just by like doing the referrals.
That's without leverage as well, without 14%.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. If we can make more
fun.
in terms of commissions too, like that can turn into like 4 to 4,500, right?
Yeah.
Like just from that alone. But what we wanted to chat about today was what actually allowed you to get to 30,000 per month. So we'll talk about like skill set and then mentality. 100%. So first, let's go over like skill set. So for you right now, like on your calls, what do you feel like is like the biggest skill sets that really allows you to conduct these conversations? You closed one of them on my couch, right? Your reframing beliefs.
We'll review that
Maybe
one,
we'll show me filming him of him doing that, right? Like what are the actual skill sets? Like what do you feel like allows you to be able to like close right now like 30-40% on an offer like that?
I would say the biggest thing is just identity. Like understanding that, even if you don't use it in every single call, understanding the person you're talking to and reading them, just being able to play with that.
Yeah.
Right? And then also just indulging yourself in everything. Like all the videos you have in your mastermind, I've rewatched them so many times. It's crazy.
Yeah. Like making them ingrained.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And sales is simpler and harder than what people like actually think. Like it's simple in a way of like ultimately it doesn't matter what you're selling. What you're selling at the end of the day is going to be you're helping them get rid of a bad feeling they don't like, and you're helping them get a good feeling they do like. And if you're able to attach your current identity to the bad feeling and the identity of who they want to be to the good feeling, that makes that sell super simple, super easy, right? And then at the end, if that's what we've done, we've actually tied in identity. Do we run into any objections?
No, that's the biggest thing is even if they do give you objections, it's almost the energy of knowing that you can overcome it no matter what. Like I feel like that's a big thing.
Yeah.
It's like you give off the energy that they're cooked, right? And they can't give you an objection that makes like no sense. Like so you tie the limiting belief into their identity at that stage.
So then like the objection handling, like if you're doing it right, the objection handling on a call like that is just so straightforward, and it's almost half the time it's just you saying something with a smirk and they're like, all right, yeah, man, right?
It's like you talk to your little brother at that point.
Yeah,
because you know they're in the bag. Yeah,
it's super straightforward. But let's talk about it in terms of like getting to identity. Like right now, like on your calls, like what are you actually saying? How are you conducting the conversation that's allowing you to like dive into people's identity? Like walk us through, like what are you actually doing?
Biggest thing is attaching the problem, and you talk about this a lot. Attaching the problem to the pain that they have, and then looping it in to like their past decision making. For example, like what's prevented them in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Rather than looping that to like their 1.0 version of themselves, or like that 10K version of themselves. And they want to get to this 20K version of themselves. Right? Just having them contrast those both together and then future pacing the 20K and then consequencing the 10K. Yeah. That's a massive shift right there because they understand it as well.
Yeah, it's being able to label it.
Exactly.
Right? Like you have your 1.0 version or your, whatever like amount of money they're making now, and like your 2.0 or like 20K per month version, and really being able to contrast it. Now, in terms of like getting to a problem, right? Because I know this is something that a lot of people have issues with, like getting real good, genuine problems, because diving into identity without problems, you're just going to have a hard time. They're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like this,
it's not going to connect. It's going to be a disconnect,
Right? So how are you getting really good problems on your calls?
biggest thing as well, even with especially in the real estate niche, I used to sell realtors, and on this offer, there's still a lot of realtors.
Yeah.
Less, but still a lot of realtors.
Squirrely bunch.
Yes, you have to not accept the bullshit at the start of the call.
Yeah.
That is the biggest thing. They will bullshit you at the start of the call.
Yeah.
Like happily married, you tend not to go on dates.
Yeah, if you're happily married, you tend not to go out on dates. Like not accepting that they do not have a problem. Every single person who hops on a sales call, they have a need that is not being met to the level of which they want it to be. And just because their pain isn't apparent, like, yeah, hey, if I don't invest in real estate, I'm gonna go homeless. Just because that's not their pain, it doesn't mean they don't have pain.
Especially selling to richer people as well. Like their pain's not gonna be as apparent because a lot of people who get on this offer, they're well off. Like they're retired, older, they're well off. So selling to people who have more money, it's not like a basic biz op.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's like selling people more money, you make more money, right? Because we're talking about 10K piffs, not fucking battling somebody to take their last $100,
exactly,
right?
$100 deposit,
like,
yep.
Selling to rich people.
I can count the amount of times I've taken a deposit on this offer, yeah. That's a big thing.
Like we all have to do it, right? Like we're grinding and taking somebody's last $50, but ideally you're in a position where you're doing 10K piffs.
Yes.
So how do you feel like you're able to really, like, what are the questions you're actually asking, or what's your mentality going in and like getting problems off of people who are just more well off?
It's just not accepting the bullshit that they have, right? Like, as someone who makes okay money now, you understand that like, people making 20, 30K, 40K a month, they're not rich, bro.
No.
They don't have that much money. It's not that much money. Like, I'll tell you right now, it really isn't.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's not that much money. Anyone, like, for example, my past self watching this, it's not that much money, bro.
Yeah, and it's like you get this in your head of
like they're better than you.
Yeah, or these people are like special, or they're like we put them on like such pedestals. And something I always do for like young guys that I'm training, like think about me. Right, like I'm somebody who makes 100,000+ like per month.
You're just a dude, bro.
Yeah, I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy who happens to own a business and happens to make money, right? Like I'm just a dude. Like I still have problems. Like I still have emotions. I'm just a person, right? And once you actually understand that, like you humanize people, understand every single person you talk to is an actual human being, you're able to connect to them on just such a deeper level.
That's it right there. You connect with them because you don't feel like they're better than you. You don't feel like they're special. You don't treat the call differently.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Yeah, 100%. So if you're able to actually conduct conversations where you're able to connect with them and not put them on a pedestal, then you actually can pull out problems. And then once you pull out problems and you actually get them to admit it, because that's the hardest part, just getting them to admit it. And there's a couple ways you can just like push back like very easily to just get them to actually admit they're a problem. Because most people, they'll come in, if they have a high ego, they'll try to like downplay their problems.
Yes.
So when people try to downplay their problems, what do you say to them?
Oh, dude, it's the most simple thing. Right? Like, if they're downplaying the problem, it's like, okay, dude, well, why are we here then?
Yeah.
Right? Especially if it's the top of the call. You don't need to do any crazy reframes. Just let them understand that they booked it on your calendar.
Yeah.
Right? They booked it, they're in my Zoom room. Yeah. Right? Like, whose Zoom room did you book in on, bro? Right? Well, that's the mentality going into it. And once you understand the mentality, all the words fall into play.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Yeah, like my mentality always was like, hey, your life decisions had led you to hopping on a call with like a
you messed up somewhere,
like me,
yeah. You messed
right?
up somewhere.
Like you messed up somewhere in your life. So you're either leaving this call buying or you're leaving this call like mentally fucked up, right?
Yep.
Like those are the only two options.
Yeah.
So when somebody does it, like at the very beginning of the call, it's always like minimal necessary force. Like, hey, if you're happily married, you should not have to go out on dates. Like, what would even have you looking? Or why are you even on this call if like, hey, everything's great?
And if you didn't even be more straightforward with them, like you can with like A-types as well.
Yeah,
hey bro,
they'll
why
respect
are we
you
here if you're doing completely fine?
Yeah, they'll respect you for it.
Exactly.
Right? Because
you're not like every other sales rep at that stage.
Yeah, because you also have to understand like somebody who's making like 200,000 a year, like in their circle, like they are like seen as like such a high esteem. So, and I assume like for them, like if they are like working in the office or anything like that, like they have a lot of status. But it's like, if you give them and you put them on that pedestal, most people aren't going to push back, right? So it's like, you're just going to be like everyone else. So if you want to have a real conversation, you have to break their concept of what this conversation is going to be. And just being like an actual person and pretty straightforward at the beginning of the call, especially with A-type personalities, they'll actually start to see you on their level. And he's 18 years old.
Especially if you look younger. That's
right?
the thing.
Like he's had to grow out the beard a little bit, right? To help him. But he's 18 years old.
A lot of people watching this, they'll be younger, like me. Like I came to you super young, right? Like
Yeah.
16, 17. I looked young, selling rentals.
Yeah,
I was young.
yeah.
I had no authority on those calls,
Yeah.
right? But you're able to challenge them effectively.
Yeah.
That's the biggest difference. when
Yeah,
it
and
comes to
it's like,
authority.
and like how you come across, like that will warp their age. I'm sure after he sells people, probably don't bring this up before the call, but after he sells people, if he asked them like, hey, how old do you think I am? They're gonna say like 25, 26.
Oh, they typically do. They have 25, 26.
Yeah, they're gonna think he's older, but it's just because like how he carries himself. So it's not like how and he looks young. I'm looking at him,
yeah.
right? Maybe you can't see it in the fucking Arizona
Sun,
sun, bro. But like he looks young, but it's how he carries himself. He comes across like he's much older, and like that just comes down to authority and confidence.
Cadence as well. I'd say don't be
Yeah.
rushed, right?
Yeah.
Like you're in your Zoom room, not theirs. You don't have to feel rushed for no matter what.
Yeah, and that comes down to having the authority. Like if you allow somebody to move you, you allow somebody to dictate the conversation. Now we're falling into their frame, right?
Especially with A-types, like a lot of younger guys, they'll fall into their frame, right? Rush the entire call, skip steps in the disco. Don't do it,
Yeah.
right? Like a bad call, like a shit call is better than a call that you fell into the frame.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
And just so people understand, like when we first started working together, it was about a year ago. You're in high school, making no money, right? Going to class.
Yep.
And in a very short period of time, you're able to get to like 10K per month,
Yep.
right? Just in a very short period of time. And then it took a little bit while for us to get you on an offer that like you could do the higher numbers because you couldn't do it full time because you're going to class.
Cool, yeah.
So all the like the better offers, like they just didn't want to take on somebody part time. Like it's understandable. But what do you feel like allowed you, like being broke 17 in high school, to just like a few months later being able to hit 10K per month, like as a part-time closer? Like what do you feel like the actions you took and the mentality behind that allowed you to do it?
I optimize everything around sales. Like even in class, you remember seeing me on those Q&As.
Yeah.
I'd have like my black hoodie on, be walking around in class, leaving class, asking questions, right? That was the biggest thing, is like I would not let anything stand in between me and my goals.
Yeah.
That mindset right there.
And it was funny because like generally speaking, I'm like, okay, like if you're on, like turn your camera on Zoom. But I never told Nathan to, because I always knew he was in class, right? Like so, like there's no point. Like it would just be listened to in class, and like it would like go to the restroom to ask questions and different things along those lines. And just he made it like just made it his
work.
mission.
Yeah.
And I would say for him in particular, the amount of questions he asked me is astronomical. It's every single day, like multiple
even before
questions,
I was in the
sending over
mentorship.
calls. Like it was a lot, and that's what really allowed him to get there quick, right? So like, so if you want to speed run it, it's just taking a massive amount of action.
That's the biggest thing. Taking massive action.
Yeah.
Hi, TikTok.
No, not TikTok.
Oh, no?
We'll do it. We're gonna do YouTube. It'll be
Hi, YouTube.
All right. Is there anything like last a little bit of information? Somebody's young, or they're looking to get into sales, or are in sales. Like, what's gonna help them really like hit like 10, 20, 30, and now like now we see the path to 50. Like, what advice would you give to them?
Just take massive action, right? Don't have fear. Like when I started this, I started getting into sales from Christian, starting setting. I just started closing. I had no experience whatsoever, right? Just take massive action, and don't accept these like limiting beliefs getting into it. Like, oh, I'm too young, right? Don't accept those limiting beliefs. Like it's just bullshit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Like I had to have one conversation with him about it when he was like looking for an offer, and I'm just like, bro, just do what I tell you to do. And he's like, oh, and it like clicked in his head, and like the next day he had 5 interviews.
Yup.
Right? So if you just take the action, you will get the result. Like that's the
Yes.
biggest thing. And being 18 or being 17 in high school, doing it part-time, still took a massive amount of action, so still got the result. So that's what I would say. And the next thing in terms of like getting the next step, getting to the 50, is just gonna be taking different action to get there. We already had the foundations down. So we're gonna be chatting hopefully in a few months about how you got to 50, and then
There you go.
you know,
Another
60,
flight to
70, and then
Scottsdale.
keep going up, bro.
Another flight to Scottsdale. Look at that.
All right. Well, hopefully you
stuff.
found this valuable. If you, you know, go ahead and leave your biggest takeaway in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.